Distractions are encountered every day, several times per day. They are found everywhere in the world around us, and depending on the situation, the most unlikely person or object can become the worst distraction. This holds true for students, employees, and especially athletes. Being an athlete in high-energy game situations adds distractions that non-athletes would never otherwise encounter. The noise of passing cars, loud cheering crowds, experiencing bad weather overhead, and the words and actions of opponents are among the many distractions that an athlete may encounter. Concentration is a skill that many possess, but can easily be destroyed when these distractions take over the thoughts and abilities of an athlete. Sports psychologists describe concentration as one's ability to completely focus their attention on something for an extended period of time.
I think that the concentration level for our players really is something vitally important for our team to be successful. And I think that the thing that they probably end up dealing with the most, and probably is the most difficult, is for them to leave whatever has happened during the day aside for the two.
When it comes to concentration, knowing what to focus on is as important as knowing how to control focus. Even if an athlete has excellent concentration skills, they will not pay off unless the athlete realizes what to focus on and when to switch from dimension to dimension. This means the athlete must be well learned in the 4 dimensions of concentration and know when and how to appropriately use each. The first dimension is a narrow internal dimension. This field consists of focusing on your body and every detail involved with it. Taking a breath, feeling your heartbeat, and feeling tension in the body focuses on sensing one emotion at a time and controlling that emotion so it is beneficial to the sport. This is seen in sports where you need to be 100% relaxed while you participate. In sports like archery, this is key, but even for a quarterback, must collect himself before he gets the ball snapped. Or track, where the athlete must have a perfect combination of relaxation in the blocks and intensity to get a good start. The next dimension is narrow external. The athlete needs to be focusing on one object and know everything about that one object, how fast it is moving, what every detail of it looks like, and if it is making any sounds. They need to focus on each object in their view separately and pick the most important one to center all of their concentration on. This is demonstrated well in golf. Despite all the distractions, the athlete must only see the ball. They must know exactly where it is, what it looks like, and how big it is. Similarly in baseball, when a player is up to bat, the ball becomes their sole focus. Is it moving slow or fast, curving or staying straight? The next dimension is broad internal. This dimension involves 3 key steps: analyze, plan, develop. In this situation, the athlete uses a wide variety of thoughts and feelings to do the task at hand. They must analyze the situation, make a plan to get the desired result, and then develop this plan by putting it into action. By perfecting this level of concentration, the athlete will be able to execute a plan even in the highest stress situations. This dimension is used in a variety of sports, but is emphasized in sports like soccer, where the goalie must take a look at all possible options, pick the best one in order to stop a goal from being scored. The broad external dimension. The field consists of many objects, and in this dimension, the athlete focuses on all of them. They see as many of these objects as possible through their peripheral vision and simultaneously take them all in as a whole unit, rather than as individual objects. A quarterback in football is a prime candidate for the broad external view. The quarterback must take in all of the outside stimuli before and during the play and make decisions based on what he sees. This includes reading the defense, anticipating where the wide receivers will be, and making the appropriate decision while also keeping focus on the situation in terms of what the down and distance is, and at what point of the game the play occurs in. Athletes take in a great deal of cues from their surroundings during practice and gameplay, and they need to be able to sort through the information accordingly in order to keep focus. There are 2 types of cues that athletes should know about: relevant and distracting cues, which can also be further subdivided into internal and external. Relevant cues help athletes perform optimally, while distracting cues keep athletes from performing their best. Internal cues are within the body of the athlete, such as thoughts, emotions, and kinesthetic feedback, while external are outside the body, sights, sounds, touch, and other sensory feedback.
Mais pourquoi? Mais pourquoi? Mais pourquoi?
Internal relevant cues include positive thinking, helpful emotions, the athlete's intensity and physiology, and decision-making related to information from the event. External relevant cues consist of competitive conditions, communication between players, opponents, physical contact with other players, equipment conditions, and being aware of the score and time left in the game. Relevant cues are sport-specific, so not all cues will apply to all sport situations. Athletes need to be able to ignore distracting cues and only attend to relevant cues in order to keep focus and perform optimally in competition. There are two types of distracting cues: interfering and irrelevant. Interfering cues are internal or external that hinder performance directly. Examples of these are negative thoughts, competitors, the noise of the crowd, and getting caught up on past mistakes. These obstructions can quickly deteriorate the athlete's physical and mental game. Irrelevant cues take athletes' minds away from the task at hand, but do not directly negatively affect performance. Some examples of these will be thinking about what plans the athlete has after the game or work that's due the next day. By focusing on these irrelevant things, the athlete loses focus and performance consequently declines.